and gentlemen, Jason Andrews, aka the All-American Driver. Today we are doing something incredibly exciting. We are installing a GMS carbon fiber intake on the Alfa Romeo 4C. First modification anybody does on a turbocharged car is an intake, and there are a ton of benefits in doing an aftermarket intake for a turbocharged car, and we'll talk about those in a second. Now, the reason I chose to go with GMS is because I wanted the carbon fiber. Now, you guys know on the inside of the Alfa Romeo 4C, it is all carbon fiber. So I couldn't go with just some plastic hose thing. I had to do the real deal. This install, with one caveat, should be relatively simple and straightforward. It's just an intake pipe, a new filter specifically made by GMS, which is nice, the corresponding hose clamp, and they also sent me over a couple goodies. Some stickers that we'll probably put on the car, a nice keychain, and a t-shirt. Now, for the most part, air intake systems are very easy to install, but like I said, there is a caveat when talking about the Alfa Romeo 4C. Yep, we can't just pop the hood and throw it on there. We have got to remove the entire rear flank. Obviously, we got this side. We got to do this entire rear flank of the car. This has got to come off. I've got to jack the car up, pull off the tires, and then once this is off, we should have a ton of room. Then the actual install should be very easy. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least a little bit nervous pulling off this body panel. The Alfa looks so good. I would hate to mess anything up, but here we go. So now, when talking about an intake system, you can expect a number of things. Even GMS on the website lists a ton of benefits. The first, it's actually going to be saving quite a bit of weight from the factory unit. Second, there's going to be lower intake temps. Why is that important? Well, because I'm racing for the most part here in Florida, and I'll tell you right now, in the summer, it gets hot. Now, with increased airflow, we're going to see more horsepower and torque throughout the entire RPM range. Another added benefit is the intake and blow-off noises, I imagine, are going to sound incredible. We're going to be getting some clips for that at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. But probably most important, okay, I think that the turbo spool up time is going to be greatly reduced. Now, for the most part, I have been racing naturally aspirated motors. And why naturally aspirated motors are so good for track cars is because throttle response is instant. I have noticed with the Alfa Romeo 4C, I'd be coming out of a corner and I'd hit the gas and I'd still have to wait a second before the turbo spools up and all that power is coming. So I'm consciously having to think, out of every corner, hit the gas faster, because there is a little bit of a delay as the turbo spools up. Now, that's very fun, but when you're trying to set the fastest lap times, it's not the ideal situation. So if this intake can help improve the turbo spool up times, even just by a little bit, that's going to pay huge dividends on track. All right, so I moved the Alfa Romeo 4C just a little bit because this is the side I'm going to be working on. I did step up my garage game and I got some quick jacks. Yep, got 2 of them. So I will be putting these under the car. I'll get the car lifted up and it should make everything a little bit easier. All right, so first things first, we got the tire off. Now, basically, I have to remove the inner fender liner. Shouldn't be a big deal, but that'll give me access to all the bolts to be able to pull this entire rear flank off. All right, so I got the wheel liner out. Very easy, much easier than actually on the GT350R. It's kind of cool to see some of the engineering that's going on in here, but that's not what this video is about. Now, when you buy this intake from GMS, they obviously send you the instructions. Step 1, remove right side flank, follow OEM instructions. Well, I don't have OEM instructions, so shout out to the guy on the Alfa 4C forum who put a detailed description on how to get this flank off. So I will be following this step by step, And cross my fingers, in a few minutes, this flank, this whole side will be off. I really couldn't do it without this tutorial on the Alfa 4C forum. So basically we just have a couple more bolts to take off and this rear flank should be ready to come off. All right, here we go. Let's give it a shot. I think I have everything unbolted. Let's see here. I think I have all the bolts. This is take 2. Let's see here. Three. I feel like we're still being held up by maybe one thing over there. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see here. There's just a tab that needs to come out there. We're close. We are close. Huh. Okay, we did it. We did it. That was a battle. I now see what I had to do. Should be easier to go on the second time. But look at all this room for adventure here. Lots of activities. All right, so now I think we can pivot to the GMS instructions and get this intake put on. So I think we are about to set free the factory intake. Now let's see how we can twist and wiggle this thing out. I think I will take this thing off here. All right, here it is. Big. Whoa, it's got some water in it. Big intake box right here. All right, I think we're close to just putting in the new filter in. We're just putting on the new O-ring on the MAF sensor. Nice. It's really nice this is using the factory mounting points. All right, so now last piece is just the GMS air filter. Should just go right down there and it'll be fed cold air, obviously from all the ducting and everything. And yeah, the carbon fiber looks really good. Just like that, we're going down. Quick jacks are so nice. God, it's so crazy seeing the car like this. But we got everything, you know, installed. Everything is nice. Everything is good and fastened. So we're just going to take it on the street, make sure that everything's good to go, and then we'll get this car buttoned back up. All right, here we go. First start up with the new intake. No check engine light. That is always a welcome sight for sure. All right, let's get this thing on the road and see if we can hear any difference. I don't know if you guys can hear all that. Wow. Okay, this is this is a pretty spicy here.
Okay, yeah, I mean, this thing is just getting rowdier and rowdier. No check engine lights. I imagine this thing looks crazy from the outside right now. This was a success. Now I just got to make sure, you know, when I get home that I can put the rear flank back on, because it was it's definitely going to be time consuming.
All right, so I got everything done. I got everything buttoned up. Thankfully, the rear flank came off and on with little to no issues. It was time consuming. There was some figuring things out, but we got it done. As far as the product goes, I will say I have a ton of respect for smaller companies, boutique companies who are making quality products for cool cars. And GMS is no exception. This thing fit great. It sounds incredible, and I'm sure the performance is going to be there. Throttle response has increased a little bit. I'm sure intake temps are going to be lower, and you know, we're on the stage 1 tune, so I know for sure we've probably picked up 5 to 10 wheel horsepower. And yeah, we'll be getting on the dyno soon to confirm that. So that's it for me, guys. Jason Andrews, aka the All-American Driver. Shout out to Rudy at GMS. This video is not sponsored, was not sponsored. I paid money for this product, and I'm very happy that I did. Honestly, great product, and I know that GMS makes some incredibly cool stuff. I'm gonna link them down in the description. Check them out if you guys are looking for performance parts for your Alfa 4C. I think they're also doing some other Alfa Romeo, the Giulia, maybe some other models and things like that, but check them out for sure. Maybe check out their YouTube channel, because they are doing a lot of track stuff across the pond with the Alfa 4C. Anyways, that's it for me, Jason Andrews, aka the All-American Driver. I will see you guys in the next episode.